Hey guys, this is Olin from Kanu, and today I'm going to try and make some poi using a food processor. I've never done this before, so we'll see how it goes. And this is a short video for the Eat Local Challenge 2010. Alright, first I'm going to take about 7 pounds of poi, and I got this from another Kanu member. He posted it online this morning and said he was selling it for $3 a pound. This is from Waihole. So you can see, looks pretty cool. I'm going to clean it, and then I'm going to skin it, and then I'm going to cube it, and then I'm going to boil it. I'm not sure how I'm going to clean it, so I think I'm just going to scrub it down with water first, and then I'm just going to use a vegetable peeler to try and get some of the skin off. The skin here. Then just use a knife and cube it into maybe 1.5 inch cubes, and put it all in a big pot of water and boil it. I know you can steam it, but I think I'm going to boil it first. I tried ulu that way and it cooked really quick, in about 40 minutes, so we'll see if it cooks that quick. Also with the kalo. I think I've got to boil it or steam it until it's soft enough that you can poke a fork through, and just like potatoes when you're making mashed potatoes. So let me turn the video back on after I've got a few of these cleaned up. Alright, I got my tripod set up to show you. It's not that simple to do, and when you're using a vegetable peeler you get these hair-like things which you've got to take off, otherwise the peeler won't work too effectively. So let me shake that off and show you. So I'm going to use a little muscle here. Not that I have a lot, but it's not super easy to get these clean, you can see. How long it would take, and you got some of these potato-like eyes here, which I guess you can use this part to pop out. Like that. Same with here. Alright, this side. Let's see, here is not too bad on this one. You can hear the water boiling in the background. There you go. That's how long it takes to clean one kalo. Alright, I got through peeling all of these. This is about 7 pounds of taro. It took me about 20 minutes to get all of this top part off. So I'm already feeling a little itchy. You know, taro has crystals in it, so you've got to cook it really, really good. So I can feel some itchiness in my fingers from touching that. A couple of tips is, this is really slippery, and you've got to go really hard on this here, so be very careful. It'd be really easy to cut yourself really bad, so take your time, do it right, and get into it. So you can kind of see some of that stickiness come out here. You can see that hopefully in the video. Alright, I'm going to slice a few up and get this cooking. Alright, I'm going to use a big knife. I missed this one, so I'll just cut a little part off there. And you have to be careful. Sometimes the taro might have some mold on it. These things go bad pretty quickly, so I saw some mold on the edges here and I just scraped it off and they're still fine. Alright, so let's see. These are harder than potatoes, so again, you got to be really careful when you cut these. I'm just going to cut these into about 1.5 inch cubes. Like that. Maybe like that. That should be fine. You want to get them roughly the same size so that they cook around the same time. You don't want to overcook some and undercook some, so I'm going to try my best to get them about the same size. So roughly that size. So I'm going to cut the rest up and throw them in my pot. Alright, I put just about 4 pounds in this pot. You can see a pot of this size can hold about 4 pounds. I don't want to overfill it. I might put in a few more. In terms of cost, I paid $3 a pound for this taro. I just came back from Tamashire Market, and they're selling the dryland version for about $1.60 or so per pound. So if you make poi yourself, you can easily get poi down to about $1.50, $1.75 a pound. Alright, I got 3 left for my 7 pounds. I'm just going to put this in the freezer, bag it up, and freeze it so I can make poi later on this week or next. Alright, I'm going to let this boil for about 20 more minutes. It's been boiling for about 5. My hands are all itchy now, so I think one thing I could do differently next time is to maybe steam it whole or pressure cook it first so I can get rid of all those crystals, and then when I start peeling it and handling it and chopping it up like this, then I won't get all itchy. And it's not too bad. It feels like stinging nettles, those of you that have gone hiking and touched that thing. So here we go. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. Let me show you how soft it should be. When I say soft, I think it should be. So the fork goes in really easily. Goes all the way through. It's very sticky already, and it's not hard at all. So I mean, it's giving me some resistance, but it goes through. So I think that's done. All right, it looks soft enough. I'm just gonna let it sit covered for another 20 minutes or so. But it's looking really nice. And since I boiled it, I'm going to be wasting a lot. You see, all of this will be wasted when I strain it, unfortunately. But it's starting to look like poi. I'm actually going to give that a little taste there. And I'll be back in about 20 minutes or so. And I'm going to let this cool off to room temperature. And I'll stick it in a food processor and blend it up. You can see by boiling it, and not steaming it, I'm steaming the camera. There you go. I think I burnt a little bit on the bottom. So I'm going to have to scrub that. I'm going to soak it first. But that's how it looks. Looks like it's got poi all over it already. I'm going to let this cool down for about an hour. Okay, the taro's at room temperature here. And I already made one batch. It's a little chunky, but came out pretty good. So all I did was I took some of this taro and I put it in the food processor like that. It's a little sticky. Added some water and I blended it up. Alright, I ran it once. It's really loud and my young boy was complaining, so I'm just going to do this quickly one more time. So this, I've already put in some water. I put it on food processor. Yeah, and then it's poi. It's a little chunky, but man, this thing is super easy to do once you have it already boiled up, and I gave it a little taste and it's delicious. Alright, this is the finished product. It doesn't look like the store-bought stuff. I guess if I added more water it would be smoother, but that's what I got. That's gonna be dinner, part of dinner.